Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, LFC fans around the world. So good to be back. So good to be able to share with you my views and opinions about LFC and all things football. It's been a bit of a hiatus. We've obviously had the international break. Also started a new job, which has been quite demanding in my time. So, really glad to be back and really glad to just talk about football. Love it and love sharing that with yourselves. So please like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed at the moment, please subscribe. Please like. Algorithms, the way it operates. We're growing this channel. So I really, really want to be with you on this mission to sort of really talk about football. So Liverpool v Southampton, or if we flip it around, Southampton v Liverpool. Another great result for Liverpool after the international breaks. Always seems to be the way, isn't it? 5 away wins out of 9 games in terms of the Premiership after international break. Really tells you a lot. It's causing a lot of instability. Liverpool didn't look fully great, but to be honest with you, I kind of felt that they did dominate a team which was bottom of the league, rock bottom of the league, and did deserve the points. But really you want to talk about, initially, and I don't normally do this, but I want to talk about some players. I want to talk about Matheus Fernandes, who plays for Southampton. Very good young player, scored a good goal in this game and has been really performing well this season. And another player who I really will be watching and to see how he gets on, because I've been watching him recently and I know he's been coming up the international ranks in terms of youth football for England. But Tyler Diblin, that boy has got some skill. He's got some skill. He has got some skill. His runs were excellent. Really confident running the ball. Really great close control. You could tell that this player understands the fundamental arts of dribbling, confidence, running at a man. We don't see this a lot in the games nowadays. We don't see this a lot. It's almost like dribbling has kind of like died. Like the dribbling that you remember from people like Steve McManaman, Ryan Giggs. That dribbling, taking on a player, taking a 2-3 man, getting in across, whatever. This boy's a boy to watch. At times he really caused Liverpool some problems. He really did. And I can't see how he's not going to be snapped up by a higher team. And I will expect to see him play for England in the higher ranks. He is a player to watch. So well done, Southampton. You've got a real history of unearthing young talent. That is what Southampton do. Theo Walcott, remember back in the day. Southampton. Lallana coming through and he's gone back to the club again. Southampton. They have a tendency of getting really young players and developing them. So take a bow, well done, and hope to see good things for this player. So 8 points ahead of City and 9 points ahead of Chelsea and Arsenal, respectively. Could we have asked for more from Liverpool? Could we really have asked for more from Liverpool at the start of the season, where we are now, Arne Slot's team? Look, some purists will still have opinions about how we are playing, and I am one of those who, don't like this idea of players just coming onto us or us holding on the ball at the back and playing the ball at the back until we have that engagement. And sometimes taking a tempo out of the game. I really want us to play that faster tempo. I'm not saying to be back to Klopp mode, but I kind of feel sometimes in games we need to just go for the teams. And even teams like Southampton, I feel we have to just go for them and put the game to bed to be able to then rest our players, etc., with a long season ahead. But look, I'm never going to argue when someone's getting results. And currently, Slot is getting results. That's just a fact. Best defence in the league. Best attack in the league. Goal difference is amazing at the moment. So who am I to raise that view, apart from the fact I'm just observing it, and I just don't want a situation where we have a game where we just can't get back from because we lost the pace of the game and the pace has taken over us and we can't control the pace. But look, We seem to start off sometimes a bit slow. We seem to have to get really into the second half to make that difference in the games. And again, that was a bit in this game. Although stats will show you that Liverpool really dominated it, but I felt we allowed Southampton to feel like they were in the match. We allowed Southampton that opportunity. So first goal for Liverpool, great finish for Szoboszlai. And in fact, let's start off with the starting lineup. Keller in goal, deserves to be in goal. That lad is just amazing. I really want Alisson to just get time to rest fully before he gets back in. I don't really want him rushing back in. There's no need to rush him. Kelleher has shown he's a player. Although he had a not even a poor game, it wasn't his fault. Ireland didn't do so well against England. Kelleher has not been responsible for that, but Kelleher has been great for Liverpool. And this series of matches has shown that, great saves again in the game with Southampton, great saves. He's a really composed number 2 who really, I would say, he should be a number 1 anywhere, and I've said this before. Bradley playing for Trent, who's rested, obviously injured. Konate, who's been in great form, and also captain France. Virgil, El Capitano, should say no more. And Robbo. And Robbo has been playing a bit better, although I have great concerns still about Robbo and his tackle in the game, which caused the penalty, was an example of that. Was an example of Robbo again being a bit reckless, bad judgment, and I feel lacks pace. There was even an opportunity in the first half where he tried to push up and it was just ridiculous. It was ridiculous pushing up, and then it caused us. But he's fitness-wise, he seems to be getting better. And he scored a great goal for Scotland as well. So he's obviously confidence-wise is there. Gravenberch continues again. Gravenberch continues the performance. Now he's saying to himself he is a number 6, and he has that confidence, and he's showing it. Jones, who deserves to play. Jones playing pretty well. He's scored for England. So again, understandable. Macca's been around, travelling with Argentina, so Macca deserves rest. And he's one of these ones that seems to be affected. Him and Diaz seems to be affected with these trips. So Szoboszlai, Gakpo, Nunes, and the great Salah. And I can't, that starting lineup's fine for me. And it showed it. I mean, in the game, we did control it. We really just needed to be more clinical and more ruthless, especially in the first half, and take the game away. However, like I said, Southampton tend to give you presence. They're a team who have a way of defending, a way of playing, which is playing for the back. And, their manager, good on you. You give presents and presents are given. And that's what happened. So, we got the possession back from them from silly defending, silly playing around the back by them. And Szoboszlai finished it, right-hand side off the post, went in. Excellent finish. And that's what I want to see from Szoboszlai. A bit more of that, please, Sobs. A bit more of that would really sort of show what he can do. We allowed them at times to get back in. They were getting some shots on a goal that we shouldn't have really allowed. And in 42nd minute, Robbo fouls outside of the box. I know it was close, but it's outside the box. And VAR does what VAR does. It gives a penalty. Great save, but unfortunately, the follow-up was then finished by Armstrong. And then we're into the second half, knowing that now we need to really turn it up a bit. But we've given Southampton hope. We've given Southampton hope, belief that they can do something in the game. And then we see M. Fernandez running through. This was, I must admit, it was a lightning counter-attack move, really fluid, and he finished it on the bottom right. And Keller has no chance. And I wasn't, and I think many of us didn't feel like the game was over. We didn't feel like, okay, it's going to be one of these matches again, like a Brentford match where, 3-3, or, West Ham match where we lose to West Ham and their ground, this kind of things. It didn't feel like that. It felt like we just needed to snap out of it. Konate needs to be a bit more, up for the game. At times, just being a bit silly, got a silly yellow card. and composure wasn't great, passing wasn't great necessarily. Not just picking him out, but it was a symptom that was going around the team. But we haven't played 4 seasons. Probably one of the greatest LFC players, and we need to be speaking about that. Salah runs through, keeper makes a mistake coming out, first time finish. Excellent. That's Salah. That's Salah. He totally deserves a new contract. Salah definitely deserves a contract. I know he spoke at the end of the game. And that's partly because they were trying to keep him off the press. But it's a no-brainer, I'm sorry. That's your best player in the club. Sign him up. Enough for this nonsense. Just put it to bed. Sign him off. Sign Virgil off. And sign Trent. If we want to be competing, this should be a no-brainer. And I don't listen to bloody Carragher. I'm sorry. With respect, Carragher, you weren't saying this when once upon a time Gerrard was looking to leave the club and he was one of your mates. Okay? So please, have respect. Salah has a right to say this. He's been patient. He's been loyal. Yeah? He's scoring goals. He is our best goal scorer, has consistently been our best goal scorer for Liverpool FC. It's our best commodity, marketable commodity. So please, with respect, he has the right to mention the fact that he hasn't had a deal put before him, and especially a decent deal, if any deal. So let's hope LFC do the right thing, but hey ho. Like Salah said, he's more out than in. And 2-2, we're back in the game. And then we get a penalty. And Salah puts it away and shows everyone how fit he is and how he's kept himself in prime condition to do what he does. And from then, game was guaranteed. Liverpool going to win, and we now keep moving on. I said before, 8 points ahead of Man City, who keep dropping points. Five games they've lost in a row, all competitions. And ahead of Chelsea and Arsenal with 9 points. And leads up to a really big game next Sunday against Man City where we can win. That really puts us 11 points ahead of the juggernaut that is Man City. And, who would have thought this would be the situation? If we just go through some stats of the game, 27 shots at goal, 4 really 11 on target, possession 63%, 88% pass accuracy, 600 passes. Just domination. So I don't want to hear that, Southampton unlucky, unless you set penalties out. Well, look, to honest with you, Liverpool should have had a penalty, just like Armstrong's one. We never got it when our player got taken out. I think it was Jones got taken out by the goalkeeper. So please, I don't want to hear that. It wasn't a penalty, so let's move on. And it should have been a penalty in the first place that they did get, which was outside the box. So we keep moving. Real Madrid we've got coming up, so I'll be posting later, talk about the game ahead. And slot machine just keeps on rolling. So, man of the match, obviously, Salah, really great game. We just keep on producing, and it's calm, and it's effective, and it's no frills. But it's working. And long may it continue. Please, if you could like, subscribe, and click on notification, it would be great as I continue this journey with you and really share all things football and especially all things Liverpool. Glad to be back and glad to be talking about football.